Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's game of Blades in the Dark. I'm Tiss, and I will be your game master for tonight.
And I'm Relyn Dare, and I am playing Chris Saval, known as Raven in Duskfall.
And I am Caleb. I'll be playing Wyla Savoy, a.k.a. The Wolf.
Hi, I am Stuart Davis, and I'll be playing Arden Keel, also known as Mist.
Hello, I am the actual Raven. No, sorry. And I will be playing Lynthia Dalmor.
All right. So, without any further ado, let's begin. And welcome to Duskfall, the haunted city which is permanently in darkness. This is a city that is surrounded by this high fence to keep the ghosts out from the haunted world beyond. A fence that is powered by ectoplasm harvested by leviathans from the void sea, this inky blackness that washes up against Duskfall. This is a haunted city, a crime-filled city, and a very dangerous city. And towards the south of the city, the Gadok Rail brings in goods from further out in the Shattered Isles across the Empire, all sorts of strange and wonderful items flowing into the city. And the area around the rail station is known as the Night Market. And this is a rather up-and-coming area. New money has flowed in, and new buildings are going up. But there's still some older parts, some sort of hidden subterranean streets, sort of narrower, older parts of this district. And down one of those streets is a little tea shop. You can see it's got this little painted sign of like a teapot on the outside, advertising Rigney's Tea Shop. And down in a basement beneath this tea shop, 4 individuals have gathered. Now, these are the Obsidian Syndicates, a rather newly established gang on the night market scene. They've managed to pay off their most immediate rivals, the Wraiths, and establish themselves as a professional group by doing a few jobs here and there. But currently they are in need of quite a bit more cash. Their reserves are running a little dry. There's not been that many jobs for the last week or so, and yes, they're hoping, that they might be able to find some leads or find anyone who needs something stealing. Now, as we sort of zoom in this dark underground basement room, there's a slightly flickery light on the wall, we see these 4 individuals, and, well, what do we see? Who do we see? And, well, seeing as we'll go with the order and the directions, Chris, introduce yourself.
Chris is
what do they see?
Yes, Chris is a middle-aged, fair-skinned woman with raven black hair. She has golden hazel eyes, nearly flawless complexion, possibly from money, because even her teeth are in impeccable shape. when she smiles. She's dressed in a black gown that is actually split from the waist down, and she has black leather tight trousers on under the dress. And she has a red cloak around her shoulders.
And what
And
would
she-
you normally be? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was about to
Doing
say,
as like yeah.
what she normally is doing, I mean, when she's meeting with the group, she's discussing, if anyone's gotten any leads, but otherwise she's out basically trying to farm leads most nights for the group. It's kind of what she does. She's a slide. She's very skilled at negotiation, manipulation, things like that. And she has a few people in her pocket that she can normally get sources for jobs.
Okay. So before we move on to introducing the others, I will ask you to make me the first roll of this evening's game, just to see how this has been going for you recently. Like whether you've heard any good leads or rumors. Now, how rolls work in this game is you roll d6s and you take the highest number as. Well, you read the highest number and see if that is a success, a critical success, or less of a success.
Okay.
So for this, I'd say this would probably count as a consort roll. If at any point you think it should be something else, say so. Make the case. Or suggest something. But.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good roll for it. So since I have 2 dots and consort, do I roll 2 dice?
Yes, you would.
Okay, thank you.
And this is sort of a controlled action, so there's no immense danger of things going sideways.
That is, the highest I got was a 6.
Okay, I'll get back to that in just a moment. So as Chris comes back in, would you go by Chris or Raven on a day-to-day basis?
People on the street call her Raven, but her business associates typically call her Chris.
Okay, so yeah, as Chris comes back from looking out for leads, also waiting in this basement room is Arden. Now, who is Arden?
Okay. Well, Arden is, he looks a bit of a mess. Unkempt, weathered, hooded, tends to wear a lot of dark, loose clothing, sort of dark grey rather than black. It's faded from black. He just looks as if he's always been struck in the wind, basically windswept all the time.
Arden,
Sort of what?
good to see you.
Good to see you as well. You've been keeping busy?
I have. I think I really think I got us something. But let's wait till everyone gets here.
Definitely.
And speaking of which, also coming down to this basement room is Wireless. Now, who is Wireless?
Wireless has a long, dark coat and kind of polar opposite of what Chris looks like. He's very dirty, scruffy, kind of mangy hair, kind of flops over. He's got goggles on his forehead, but he's coming and walking a little like he's coming out of like some type of stupor, just and like very loud steps, like clunk, clunk. Ugh. Everyone here? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2. I'm 3. Where's 4? Wait, who are we missing?
Lynthia.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And he just kind of stumbles in, plops down right in a chair.
Eventful?
That's one way to put it.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, yes.
That's important.
That's the thing that counts.
And last but not least, Lynthia arrives.
Lynthia is 20 to 30 something. It's really hard to tell. She is dressed in black and blue. Her features are kind of sunken. She has the eyes of someone who has probably stared into the void for a little too long. Blondish hair. She does cover one eye like this. And she's, when she stumbles into the room a little bit, she's going to prick one of her fingers with a little blade that she has hidden in one of her dress folds. She's going to hold it up to the air, and the blood drop's going to disappear. She's going to say, "My little courier mouse let me know everyone was here, so I had to make a fashionable entrance."
It's good to
That's
see
a
you,
neat trick
Lynthia.
with the blood.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep them happy, so.
Mm. Well,
yeah, number 4.
we are now all here. I've been busy.
Yeah, so Chris, you've heard a couple of things in listening around, but the most exciting thing you've heard is you speaking to your friend who owns a tavern in the area. Your pretty good, reliable contact of yours.
That would be Clyra.
That would be Clyra, yes, at the Bard's Tear. And she said that a couple of nights ago, one of the members of the Wraiths, this rival local gang who, the two of you clash a little over your areas of interest. But one of the members of that gang, a man named by the name of Hicks Brogan, was in her tavern bragging about the fact that his gang had recently pulled off this big theft. They'd managed to steal a whole bunch of stuff from a group of scavengers who'd just come in and out from the ghost fields with this haul of exciting artifacts and items. And they'd managed to get the drop on them and carry away this haul of exciting artifacts that he thinks will be great to flog to the gullible nobles and also various active cults of Duskval. Several cups in, he was
Bragging and boasting.
He was, yes.
So I tell the group about these rumors and stories that I've heard and say, Brogan, you get a few drinks into him and he'll spill his entire soul out.
And artifacts, you say?
Mm-hmm. And I do believe we have the connections to get them at a premium if we can get our hands on them.
I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
Could make us some money, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And get one up on the Wraiths.
Exactly. I mean, I know from time to time we do contract them, and they sometimes contract us. But now, well, he's bragged a little too much and might need to teach them a lesson.
Put the dog down. That's one way.
Because nobles are my playground. And if he wants to try to play in it, I need to teach him who runs that show.
Well, you had me at spilling his soul, so.
I do have a way with words sometimes. So are we in on this?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
I I would actually say it's probably wise to peruse the goods before we let them go to anybody that might misuse them a little bit. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure some of your friends could take a peek.
Oh, yes. Like I said, the mention of spilling of soul, they were just like, oh, they were excited. So I'm excited too.
Good, good. So I imagine we will spend some time planning out our surveillance and then the actual heist.
Well, you know that the Wraiths have a couple of hideouts down in the night market area. So you know of at least 2 of their sort of dens, hangouts, secret abodes. They've got a sort of tucked away attic on top of one of the buildings, not far from the Hound Racers. And they've also down by the railway station in one of the rail yard bits. They sometimes hole up in an abandoned rail car down there. So they possibly have other haunts and hideouts. They've been established here a little longer than you. But yeah, so other than Hicks, there's about 10 other members scattered across the night market. Now, for sort of the information gathering sort of stage of any kind of job or score, it's up to you what kind of sort of approaches you would take to learn more. Whether it would be a case of like asking your contacts, spying on people by literally following them around, or trying to like watch one of their hideouts, or whatever method you would choose. So if anyone would like to try and grab a bit of intel, just tell me what sort of approach you'd take and can make a roll to see what you might learn.
I think Wireless is gonna, his background as a bounty hunter, he's gonna go out, pick up any trails or leads, just kind of like and hunt down, maybe beat up a person or two. the non like the non-diplomatic way.
Okay, so you're gonna go to like find. Are you looking for members of the race or people who would know them and perhaps know some like intel?
Contacts of the race.
Okay. Do you have any skill you particularly think this would be? I would potentially
Hunt or
put
survey.
this under. I'd say. So. I'd say survey. I think for this one, I was considering like command or consort, or perhaps even like skirmish for the physical aspect of it. But yep, I think survey could work.
4.
Okay, so a success, but not a critical success. So yeah, you grab hold of one of the wraiths sort of contacts, people who deal with them often, and they let you know that they've seen the wraiths gathered around a lot down by the station, down by the old rail car, and they seem to have posted guards up around there more than they would usually have.
Interesting.
And they sort of like go, I don't know what they've got. I don't know what they're going on. Look, that's all I know. I promise. Just.
Right. So I like grab him by his.
Please.
I grab him by his shirt and I pull out this weird-looking knife. It's got a blade, but it's got a lot of barbs on it. I says, "You better be telling it all. Otherwise, this right here, this is Shanky. You don't want to fucking meet him."
I don't want to meet Shanky. No, please.
No, you don't. That's it?
Take him away.
That's it?
That's it. That's everything. Look, I just. I'm not close with them. All I know is they're down by the old rail cart and they've got some shit going on down there.
Okay, we'll see. If this isn't right, I'll be back. And then I just toss him down.
All right. So while Wireless is out bullying the citizens of the night market, any of the rest of you got any surveillance or information gathering they would like to do?
Chris could basically try to talk with any of the known fences in Night Market to see if the wraiths have been approaching them to liquidate some of their recent assets.
Indeed. This, I believe, would be another consort one here.
Or it could be a sway to get them to tell me information.
Yeah, it could be a sway.
Okay.
If you're coming across with a more deceptive.
I think she would. I think she'd be kind of manipulating them as possible interest as a buyer. Yeah.
Yeah. Sway it is then.
That's a 4.
Okay, so once again, they let you know that Hicks and his people have been shopping around. They've essentially been sort of letting sort of the word out that they've got something worth selling, and
any
the
details?
right price.
Because I'm looking for particular things.
They've got some sort of crystal they call a demon's eye.
Very interesting.
And a book of sort of more sort of ritual and magic related stuff. This text.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they're passing the word out around for a buyer.
And that may be what my client wants. Interesting. Thank you so much for the information. If by chance you do obtain that, let me know.
I will let you know. Do you want me to pass word back to Hicks that you're looking for? That you would like to?
No. Keep it between us for now. It depends on where Hicks decides to drop it off. Because I'm giving word to all because, he's going to be shopping around to find where he can get the best deal. And I don't want him increasing prices because of who I am.
Very good point. Very good point.
Thank you so much for being incredibly helpful.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other sort of bits of intel gathering, or shall we?
Well, what I'd like to do is sort of follow a few members of the Wraiths to see where they seem to be more active than usual in. And if I find anywhere they end up at, try and suss out the location and just have a wander around the area and see what I can find out.
Okay, so I think... I think this would be either perhaps a hunt or a prowl or a survey. What are you thinking here?
Ooh, I'm going to go for prowl.
Alright, you prowl around in the dark, and it is always dark here in this city. It's
handy.
Yeah.
Okay, I shall just roll my dice. And that is the highest I pick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the highest one.
A 4.
Okay, well, this is 4. This is 3 4s in a row, so the pressure's on. But alright, so you follow. You don't manage to catch sight of Hicks himself, but you do see Vey, who is one of his sort of trusted lieutenants, and you see as she leaves the night market, she sort of hurries in. You see her climbing into a carriage and hurrying out away from the night market. She's sort of looking around furtively. And she heads out off towards Six Towers. sort of to the north. And then a couple of hours later, she returns and heads down to this old rail car. And you see her sort of nod to a couple of the guards standing there. You see there's about 3 guards on duty at the moment, sort of lurking around the outside of this old, slightly rusted rail car.
Okay.
Bay heads on inside.
No problem. What I'll prefer to keep my distance and just meet back with the rest to let them know what I've heard.
Okay. Cynthia, do you have any sources of information you wish to tap?
Not at this time.
Okay. So, after you have sort of done a bit of initial surveillance, gathered some information, you convene back at your hideout. And, well, essentially, the choice you will be making here is what sort of the approach is of what you're doing here. So, there's various ways you can approach a score. You can do what is an assault, which is basically an all-out frontal attack. You can attempt stealth, deception, or some others which are not really viable in this situation. So it's up to you how you want to address this as a situation. And now over to you.
So Hicks has been shopping around different fences to dump the high market merchandise. A crystal known as a demon's eye, and a bulk of rituals. I have put word in the fences that I am looking to procure interesting items for a client. Ask them not to share my name, but let's be real. We know they're going to talk. So, if he gets word or rumor that I'm looking around to procure interesting artifacts for a client, I might be able to convince him to meet with me to discuss brokering a deal, which would distract Hicks from whatever you plan to do to obtain said items.
Well, good thing is, I think I figured out where they're hiding them. Ray's picked up some old base in the old rail yard, but got word they've beefed up security. I think they know something's coming. That's all I got.
Or they know they have dangerous items.
Maybe. This sounds like fun.
Any other information gathered? I believe our lurk is having some technical issues.
The lurk is he's lurking a little too much in the shadows.
He's still lurking in the shadows.
Still lurking. Is he? So yeah, as you sort of essentially at this point, sort of, I can imagine just as a map rolled out, you're there, sort of moving pins. This is the classic like planning montage as you consider, what are your options? How are we getting in? What leads do we have? What advantages do we have here? And just let me know when you think you've got your tech sorted.
Well, so got a rail car,
Beefed
lots
up
of security.
Hicks is shopping around for fences because he wants to dump these items.
No. Shut up. Sorry.
We're planning.
The fucking
I mean, shut up. We're planning our assault.
No, he can't be allowed to sell the demon's eye. The voices, they're screaming. They won't shut up.
Well, the intent is not to let him sell it. The intent is for us to get it.
I know, but now they have a target. They want to do horrible things to this man. I mean, we could let them, but I don't think that's very wise. I don't know. I'm sorry. They're just so loud right now. Lynthia is going to like crouch down and kind of just like twiddle her fingers on the floor a little bit while she's listening. So,
Okay. Are you attempting to do anything here, or is it just finger twiddling?
I am currently finger twiddling to try and just kind of like tune out the voices a little bit. So
Okay.
it's in my head. I feel like it's getting a little too much. So.
All right. So now we're just, I guess we're looking at the map now, trying to plan.
Yeah. So essentially, what kind of approach are you taking here? Are you?
I think it's a kind of deception, misdirection, so that basically where Chris can work through a false negotiation with Hicks for this, mysterious client she has, and allow the others to do a more either direct or subterfuge type extraction.
Right. Yeah. So Chris is planning sort of a deception approach, and the rest of you, are you thinking more stealth or assault here? Is this a sneaky job or a kick the door down job?
Now, we've all done jobs with each other before, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Wireless is kind of the odd person out. He'll be more. He's gonna take his guns. He's gonna be more like firepower backup if need be. Not great at sneaking, and well, good at talking one way, but not the way we need.
He'd make excellent cover, though. Where if shit went upside down, he could start picking them off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get like a ledge, almost. I can't really sniper, but it's better than a sword fight. So,
all right. So Wireless is cover, Chris's distraction, and I suppose it comes down to Lynthia and Arden as the direct approach.
Lynthia stands up. I have some if we can get some bodies, I have some of the voices. They said they can make them move, and we can use them maybe on the front door. I don't know. Is that helpful? They're trying to be helpful.
Are you saying you can fake out at the front door?
I mean, I wouldn't be, but some of the voices said they would be willing to. Something about brimstone soldiers. I don't know. They said they needed bodies, and they'd be willing to march on the front gates. I don't know. They sound they're so angry, so it's hard to say, but
angry spirits. I like this.
This sounds, I would say, like an assault. If we're marching in, trying to sort of attune angry spirits and sort of march them up to the door, that definitely sounds more of an assault rather than a stealth approach.
Well, okay, so I yes, I'm just throwing options out there. I thought this would be interesting, so.
All right. So we just have a couple of technical issues to just try and fix before we initiate the roll and begin this score. So let's call this a very early break and say we'll be back in a moment. Just trying to resolve a few things.
We'll be right back, guys.
So, in our sort of underground basement underneath the tea shop, our little gang of shadows have made their plans, and
Well, we would like a little bit of input from Arden. So, Arden, we have two approaches for this. I will distract Hicks because word's going to get back to him that I am looking to procure certain artifacts for a client. And I figure I can convince him to negotiate with me on a deal. So while he's distracted, Wireless can provide cover with firepower. And then Lynthia and you can either take a subtle approach or a direct approach with extracting the goods.
Okay. Did we have a chance to check out how many guards they're likely to have?
We heard that there were 3.
you saw 3 guards.
That's a difficult one because I'm happy with either approach, really. But if the 3 guards can be distracted, we could probably sneak in quickly, grab the items, and get out of there. But either way works with me. Either take the guards out one by one, if we can get them separated, or just straightforward distract them and break an entry. Either works with me.
Well, so, Lynthia, do you think that you could work a distraction, the guards?
The spirits will do that. They're willing to draw them away.
Okay.
So they're not that bloodthirsty apparently. So
good. And I will have Hicks separated, so if they're really wanting to go for him, he's vulnerable.
I have to prep it, but I have the perfect thing. Okay. I'll make you whisper wine, and you can give it to him, and basically the it acts as like a beacon, and they'll know where he is, and so they'll swarm him. Just if he offers you any, don't drink it, because they'll attack you too.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. But I'll have my own cup already poured.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
I think this is going to be fun.
Okay, so in the end, this sounds more like a combination of all the methods you could possibly have used.
Of course it is, because that's how we operate.
Yes. So as Chris is going to lure Hicks away with a fake engagement, Wireless is going to set up to cover Lynthia to provide some sort of distraction. Was that correct?
Yes.
And Arden to slip inside. So as our gang takes up their positions, what we need here is for one of you to roll what's called the engagement roll. So this is essentially the position you're in when you start this score. So I would say this sounds like quite a bold plan, but also quite a complex one. So those two things will cancel each other out. I don't think it really hits an exposed vulnerability. Perhaps, yeah, the hitting him by luring him out based on the information you already found. So I'm going to say will be 2d6 for this engagement roll. So I'd like one of you to roll me that, please.
Who will roll it? I think Caleb's rolls were on fire, so.
Go for it. Double 3.
That's a success,
okay.
though.
So, you're going to be starting this in quite a sort of risky position, and we'll see how that plays out. But I'll say that as you take up your positions, You can see the guards around the building seem quite alert. But we're going to start off with the little allure of distraction. So,
I think Chris would have sent a message to him to meet her at the Bard's Tears, and she would have arranged for the whisper wine to be given to him from Clara.
okay, so yeah, this whisper wine that so it's to lure spirits to them. I think I'm going to have an attune roll for this, please, to see how effective this particular draft will be. So if you'd like to roll me your attune, please.
Yep, I rolled a 5.
Okay, that's good. So you've got this wine on hand, and well, for the general consensus of this, I'm going to ask for a sway, I think, here. As Hicks, you see who approach you across
That's
the
a 5.
bar. He sort of scans around and sort of shuffles down and sits down.
Let me get your drink.
Sure.
The wine here is delicious, and she takes a sip of her own cup.
Sure, drink and then down to business.
Absolutely. You see, I hear you might have something I'm looking for a client. It's very important that I satisfy this client. And of course, you know, you know how we operate. We talk to certain individuals who are known for, you know, selling items, procuring items and selling them and all that. And I was able to get some information that you've recently come into possession of items that my client is looking for.
Yeah, I've still got one or two things left to sell.
Okay. Looking specifically for a book and a crystal.
Book I've got. The book I can sell you. Crystal, I'm afraid I've found a buyer for that already.
I can top the price.
It's
gone?
Sold. It's gone.
That's a shame. Tell me who you sold it to so I can make arrangements to renegotiate.
That's Look, I don't give out the names of people I sell things to.
Really?
Really, look.
I can make it worth your while.
You know,
I'll give you 10% of what I make on it when I renegotiate the deal.
10%? Okay, make it 20?
15.
All right, okay. 15, but look, I don't think he'll be willing to sell it. Lord Skurlock. That's the name. Over in Six Towers.
I'm familiar. Been to some parties where he's been present. So, don't worry about that. That's on me to negotiate the deal.
Look, I wouldn't cross him. He's you know what they say.
And I pick up my drink and I say, thank you. And you will get 15% when I renegotiate.
Yeah,
Salud.
Yeah.
And we drink.
He takes a swig of his drink, and as he downs the whisper wine, we're going to switch back over to the rail car with Hicks away. You can see there's the guards up around the rail car, and Wireless, as you take your position up on the roof and you watch as the other two move down into position.
And Wireless is gonna have his pistol on. As he looks at like each guard, he goes, "Nighty night to you, grave to you. You are my piss on. This'll be good night."
And you can see that there are not 3 guards, there are 5 guards.
Well, more targets to piss on. That'll work out too. So he's just gonna have. Actually, wait, I took the fine pair of pistols. So I got one laid down like in front of me, and I got the other one like aimed at the guards.
I realised what I forgot to do. Okay. We need to pause because I forgot to sort out the load for this job. I knew I'd forgotten something. So essentially how it works with loadout is you don't have to select everything that you have at the beginning. You just essentially select how much stuff you have decided to carry on this job. And hang on, your options are whether you want to go sort of fairly unencumbered, what it's called. I think it's down as light. I've got the wrong page up. One sec. It's a while since I've run this game. Yeah, so you can go with light, which essentially means you blend in with a normal populace. Like, you just look like a normal person going about their job. And that means you can pick 3 things. You don't have to pick the things yet. You can pick them as you go. So essentially how it works is you can declare that you have this thing. You've always had this thing. Up until you reach your limit of 3 if it's light. 5 for normal, which is normal in terms of basically criminal normal. Like, you definitely look like you're up to something. But you could just be, a bit of a street tough who likes to carry knives. Whereas heavy means that you're geared up, like you definitely look like you're out on a job. So what would everyone's load be for this job?
I was just going to ask about the thieves' rigging. Does that give us 2 free load?
Yes, it does. So you can each add tick off an additional 2 things as if and when you need them, when it comes up to needing these things on the job.
Oh, I might switch to long rifle.
You don't necessarily need to declare what those things are yet. You don't, just when you need them.
All right.
So yeah, what is everyone's load, just for reference?
Lynthia's light load.
Okay.
Okay. Arden will be also a light load as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be light.
Chris would have been light.
Okay, so you all look completely unsuspicious, but with your additional thieves rigging, that does bring you up to 5, a load of 5. Okay. And back to the rooftop.
All right. So yeah, instead of the pistols, I'm choosing the fine long rifle. So instead, he's got this one rifle just down aim, and he's like going on each guard like night night, in the grave, piss on, piss, yeah, all that. And he's just playfully like targeting each of their heads and saying something.
Okay. Meanwhile, down below, Lynthia and Arden, as you slip closer towards this, you can see this rusted abandoned rail car, this undergrowth sort of growing up around it, and these 5 armed guards patrolling around the outside. Well, I say patrolling. 2 of them are patrolling. 3 of them seem to be leaning up and having a chat. It's bloody cold out here. I've got like 3 things. Like, who's going to nick the shit now?
2 patrolling. Are they patrolling together or separately?
Together. They're sort of walking around. One of them seems to be looking around attentively. The other one is sort of trudging behind, kind of as though they've just been stuck on additional duty and they're not happy about it.
Is that just the one entrance to the rail cart? I want to find out if there's any other entry points.
Okay, I think this... I think as you're looking around for more entry points, I'd like a roll, possibly a prowl roll here.
I'm hoping it would be that.
So you sort of slip around looking for sort of ways in and out.
Yeah, something to avoid the 3 guards and maybe slipping through the side of it. Oh, look. And I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay, so the 5 is a success. You can see that there's the main door, which is where the 3 guards are lent up near. There appears to be another door at the back that someone has sort of boarded up. But you also can see that it looks to be perhaps some kind of entrance on the top of this rail car, if you could get up top.
Okay, well, my aim is I'm assuming none of the guards patrolling are actually looking at the top of the building. They're just trudging around. So I'll wait till the guards that are patrolling have passed, and I shall try to get on the top of the cart
Okay.
with some light climbing gear, I believe.
Alright, yeah, so tick off some light climbing gear. And as you prepare to get on the top, what's Lynthia up to?
Arden, before you go, give me a minute. So Lynthia is going to try and perform like a ritual called Whispering Mist. No, not Whispering Mist. Sorry. Voices from Beyond the Bubble. And it's going to, I'm going to basically, I don't know how I would do this, but I want to basically, I'm going to offer some of my blood, and the spirits that are in the area will basically create like a fog with voices in it. So they're talking so that the guards maybe won't know what's going on, to give Arden some cover.
Okay. This sounds like an attune roll to me.
Okay.
And possibly quite a risky one. Because you're intentionally drawing ghosts, which can have negative effects as well. But
that's fine. So do I just roll my attune, or do I roll?
So
just...
roll me your attune.
Okay.
And let's see how this.
I rolled a 6 and a 5. So.
Okay, so that is a 6. That is a critical success here on this one. So you watch as the mist starts to sort of gather up around this rail car. You can hear this whispering of voices, and as ghosts are sort of pulled into the area and drawn out of the ghost field and attracted towards this new rail car. That's the word I was looking for. And you see the guards sort of look round, sort of eyes wide, and then you hear one of them go, "Oh, fuck this shit," and he just dashes off into the night. And you see another couple giving on, yep, nope, and they just kind of scamper off, and you see the two still hanging around by the door. One of them, which is Vay, go, hang on, wait, it's just ghosts. We do not need to run away for every time we see a ghost. You live in Duskfall, for goodness sake. But Arden, as you are drawing closer to the railcar, this mist is rising up around you. You can hear this whispering, these voices all around you. And what I'm going to say here is you will take, depending on whether you resist it or not here, lesser harm from this.
A quick question. Would
Yes.
a Spirit Bane charm stop
Yes,
that?
it would. Yes, it would.
That's,
So if you have a Spirit Bane charm, that will protect you and ward off the ghosts. And you reckon this is possibly what Vay and the other guard who's still at the door are doing? Because they don't seem bothered by the fact that there's ghosts all around them as much. They still seem quite unnerved because this is more ghosts than you would expect. But yeah.
yeah, definitely go with that charm, then.
In which case you are...
Plays the role.
Yeah, you are protected. You don't need to fear it. And also, you do know this is probably just Lynthia doing Lynthia things.
Very true.
But yeah, as you approach the rail car, I am going to ask for a roll. You'll be able to get on the top. This is more how quietly and like this can be done. And
Okay.
I'd say that this is either a finesse or a prowl. But
I've got the same with each. So, a quick question as well, though. The fine shadow cloak, does that have any effect on this or not? It's one of the items that a lake has.
Just this. Check that up.
I don't think it would give an extra dice. I'm just...
If I can I would have to get back to you on that because
No problem. I don't think it'd affect my role, but might make it a bit difficult for anyone to spot me.
Yeah, it might. Let's say for now that it just helps you blend into the background, and I will check in a moment.
I shall.
Where I put there's the items.
Okay, I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so that is the success that you need as you sort of slip up. Thank you, Ryla. Yes, it improves the effect level. So essentially, this turns things from being an ordinary success to being sort of a better success.
Yay.
As you slip quietly on top of this rail car, you can see, there's this little hatch up there on the roof. Looks to be locked.
Yeah.
So this will require probably a tinker roll to pick, unless you have another sort of.
Oh, I actually thought, does finesse not cover that one?
Finesse could, yes.
Because that's like sleight of hand and that sort of side
I
of
think
things.
it normally falls under tinker, but I think we can argue for a finesse.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's why I put the extra points in finesse, because I thought that was the lockpicking.
There's a lot of like grey areas between
Fair enough.
Like the suggestions I've got here for finesse are everything from pickpocketing to handling vehicles to taking part in a sword duel. All would fall under finesse.
That is a broad spectrum. Okay. I got a 5 and a 4.
All right, so click. The lock opens, and as you.
Now, quick question: does the hinges look rusted or anything along those lines? As in, if I open it, that's going to make a noise.
I'll say you can, with a 5, and with this goes, you can see that they are rusted, but you would know. I'll take it in the 5 that you could open this.
Oh, fair enough. I was just thought double checked just before.
Because this is your area of expertise, is getting in and out quietly.
I'm sure that the mist is also making some noise, and since you're up above them, they might not. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they also are quite distracted by the fact there's currently ghosts whispering around. Okay. So as you can see this hatch and look down into the carriage below, where there is a box at one end, a bunch of other clutter scattered around, and the air is very cold. And as you, sorry, I missed what you said a second ago.
Sorry, I was just going to have a peek inside to see what there was, but not actually drop in just yet. Have a look around from the top.
Okay, so you can see there's someone just cleared away the old seats to sort of make room for some tables. It's almost like an equivalent of your den. You can see there's a table where maps with pins in, a knife stuck in it, a few cups around. Currently, there isn't anyone on the inside.
Okay.
But the air is sort of very cold, and we'll get back to you in just a moment, because I think we're just going to nip over to check up with Wireless on the roof as you watch as 3 guards come scurrying away from this rail car.
Wireless is, as he's marking the guards, 3 run away, just oh, good old India. And then I follow with the rifle, Arden going up, and playfully I target him, no one would know. No one would really know. And then I put the gun down, and I go back to hovering on the 2 guards that stayed.
Okay. And meanwhile, Raven, after Hicks has drunken the wine, are you hanging around, or are you?
I do distract him a little bit with negotiation on price for the book.
Look. Okay, this is the best, the least I can take.
It is slightly more because, of course, me being as thorough as I am with brokering these deals, I do know the budgets of my clients. It's a little bit above that. Knock off 5%. And we can agree.
Ow. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything. You're on your third cup of wine.
It seems to be strong.
I told you the wine here was good.
Did you invite me to a haunted inn?
No, this place is fine. Clara runs a great shop.
I saw her face outside the window.
Well,
I've had enough of it with the
window.
bloody haunted rail carriage.
Oh. Is that where you do business out of?
What? I didn't say anything of the sort. Look, I should probably be getting a move on.
Well, thank you. And you agree to the 5%
Pleasure.
discount?
I agree to the 5% discount.
And I shake his hand. I shake his hand. Be well.
I need to get more charms needed. One's almost worn through. And he sort of scurries off, glancing nervously around him. He's one hand onto his clutch to his spirit bane charm, like, "Don't wear out on me now. Don't wear out on me now."
After he actually exits the tavern, I'm going to go back to Clara and collect the wine so that she doesn't accidentally give it to anyone else.
That is very good thinking.
And I slip her some coin to thank her for her contribution to the job.
Okay, so she happily tucks it away and goes, "Anytime."
Thank you, darling. You're wonderful. And I leave.
All right. So you head away.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back over to the rail car and Lynthia and Arden. As Lynthia, the ghosts, they've been called, but they're starting to sort of disperse now. Like, you can only sort of hold them and draw them to one place for so long, and the mist is beginning to thin a little. But the guards still seem on edge. You see them like looking around, and as Vey leans down to much of the other one and goes, "Be on your guard. That could be whisper stuff."
Sorry, do we have some sort of like command that I can maybe like whistle or something for
Absolutely.
our hound?
Would you like to? Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, this would count as a flashback.
Okay.
So to have established some kind of signal.
We have a signal.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I say this is quite an ordinary flashback. It won't require you to take stress. Well, depending on how many different signals are we going for here?
No, I just was wondering if we had a command that I can maybe kind of like whistle that he knows that maybe he should take his shot if he has it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I'd say, that is perfectly reasonable flashback.
I'd say we would have two signals, one for it's tits up and we've got to bail, or two, take,
Okay, yeah.
Do your thing.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say one of you take one stress for the setup of this.
I'll take one stress.
I'll take a stress.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, just for the setup of this system of signals to signal up to wireless. So yeah, what signal are you sending him?
So I am going to do the whistle signal to wireless to take his shot on the two guards. So.
All right.
Okay, so wireless, you hear this signal, this little whistle through the mist.
So the first one that he said, I was going like night, goes, "All right, real night time," and I'm gonna push myself to take the shot.
Okay, so I'd say this would be hunt, but
okay.
It's for a precision shot at distance. But I'll happily accept other arguments.
I got a 2, 2, and a 6.
2. So that is a critical for the 6, and you take 2 stress for the pushing.
Yep.
And this shot goes off, and you hear the gunshot echoes, and Vey just goes, sort of slumps back against the side of the rail car. And the other guard sort of looks around in alarm and consternation. And Arden, up on the top of this carriage, You hear the gunshot go off. You hear the thud as Vey slumps down to the ground. What are you doing?
Well, my thoughts are, oh shit. And basically, I'm going to have to drop down into this carriage, which is very strangely cold. So we shall see how that goes. So that'll be basically what I'll do. I'll drop down into the carriage after having a look around.
Okay. So you drop down into the carriage. The other guard is like looking around, scanning the rooftops, and pulling out a gun of his own. See, sort of crouches down, sort of in the undergrowth beside the rail car. Whilst you're still up on the roof, this guy's going to be harder to hit. Like, he is looking out, he is aware, and he is like ducked down. It's up to you whether you want to try and take a shot now or.
You know what? No, I'm gonna reload, and this doesn't do anything mechanically, but he's gonna put on his goggles, aim through his gun, and he's just gonna he's gonna take this round to aim and try and whenever he pops up, blast.
Okay, so yeah, you keeping an eye out for this guy. I'm going to ask for another hunt roll here, and we'll see what happens.
I was going to say, if there's any mist left, I can probably dispel what's ever left. Maybe make it a little bit easier for him to see. Would that give him advantage then?
Yeah, you can assist him, give him a bonus die. This will cost you 1 stress.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I got 2 4s.
Okay, so that would be a success. So when this guy pops out,
Load, I go to shoot, and I'm he ducks down. I'm ah, crap.
And he looks, peers up from the bushes, and then
boom. I'm aiming for just the top of his head, take his head right off.
Yeah, he slumps down. Arden, you hear the second gunshot go off. You do know that the gunshots and deaths will draw attention, especially deaths. In the city where ghosts are around and where there is sort of monitoring of deaths, when people die, the spirit wardens are alerted. It will take them some time to get to the actual location, but essentially what I'm doing here is I'm starting a clock here, and it will be a 4-part clock for the arrival of the spirit wardens on the scene. So I'll do this on board because it's a lot easier.
Sorry, I have a quick mechanical question.
Yes.
Are the spirit wardens, do they come to the bodies, or are they just going to the general location?
They will come to the bodies.
Okay.
But this clock has started ticking. But you've still got some time to, deal with stuff and get out of there. Speaking of which... sorry, did you have something to say, Lynthia?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I'm since I wasn't on the roof, I wanted to move over to the bodies because I want to do the let the angry spirits have their fun. Since they were talking about brimstone soldiers, I want to see what they can do. So,
okay, we'll get to that in a moment because Arden, inside the rail car,
Yes.
you drop down inside. Yeah, you can feel the air is cold. Is this hair standing up on the back of your neck? And
Okay.
you can see amongst also, you can see this heavy lockbox sort of at the end of the carriage.
Okay. I shall have a double check, look around, make sure there's definitely nobody else here. Then I shall quietly try to make my way.
Get it back! You can't let him take it. You can't let them use it.
We're doing just that.
You hear this whisper, you see this little flicker of movement out the corner of your eye. This is serious.
Okay. We're definitely taking it back. But
And
I'll just slowly keep working my way towards the chest.
Yes, and having sort of used your spirit bane charm to ward off the ghosts outside, I'm going to ask you to either take one lesser harm here for the distraction of the of whatever's going on here, or you can roll resistance if you wish. But
Okay.
and if you roll resistance, essentially you would take up to 6 stress. Now, if I'm remembering things right, however, you can reduce that by the roll of your die web.
I'll try and resist it, because who knows what else is going to happen before we get out of here. So I just roll 1d6, is it?
1d6, please, I believe.
And I have
actually,
rolled...
wait, hang on.
I'll keep that one.
If this is resolve, what do you have? Do you have any points in attune, command, consort, or sway?
Nope.
1d6 then.
I rolled a 3 anyway.
Okay, so you take 3 points of stress here, but you're not distracted by the fact that there is a presence here in this carriage, trying to get your attention, trying to sort of call out to you.
Okay, I shall, as I make my way there, I'll just ask, as generally, out to anything in nearby quietly, but what is it you want to be, what item is it you want us to get back?
The eye. You can't let him have the eye.
What it might have been. Okay.
Get it back. You must stop them. Get it back.
Get it back to who?
Just anyone but him.
I think that can be definitely arranged.
Took it.
Okay, I'm just focusing on his chest now. Hopefully I've reached it. So
I'll
try to open
this
the locks.
heavy lockbox. And we'll see how give me a roll for, I think we've been using finesse for locks, so
Finesse
give me a
for
finesse.
Okay, I shall roll just 2 dice. And I've got a 5 and a 3.
Okay, that is a 5. It's a success. So you're able to open this box without any sort of major complications occurring here. But as it takes a little time and time passes and a little clock is ticking away in the background. But as you open up this box, you can see on the inside there's a couple of bags of silver. Like they've been keeping their general stash here. And also this leather-bound book with unnerving arcane sigil stamped in this cover. It sort of looks like weird whisper shit.
There's nothing that looks like a large gemstone.
No, there
like
is
an
not.
eye.
No, there is not.
Oh. So it's basically bags of silver in a large book.
Yes.
Well, I shall pick up the book, and I probably would have brought some sort of bag to carry stuff in.
Yes.
More
yes.
likely.
Perfectly reasonable.
So I'll put that in. How big are the bags of silver?
Like, pretty heavy. Like, this, you can carry them. They're about sort of yay big, but they're definitely going to impede you if you're trying to do any like nimble rooftop scrambling.
Well, if anything like that happens, I could always drop one as a distraction. That'd probably do it. So I shall try and pick those up. And is there anything else in there?
That's all there is in the chest.
Okay. I shall be a bit hopeful and ask that presence that seems to be watching what I'm doing.
Get it back!
Where is the eye?
Get it back! They took it! Get it back! Stop them! They're planning something. I don't know if I knew where. it back!
We'll do what we can, definitely. And I shall
Get it back!
start making my way to the front of the carriage.
Alright, so you're just planning to just leave through the front door?
I think it'll be easier with the bags I'm carrying to just go through the front door. 2 shots,
Okay.
2 guards down, and I'm hoping the other 3 aren't back yet.
Yeah, so as you head out through the front door, the guards are dead, the spirit wardens and the inspectors have not arrived yet, and you're able to slink off back away into the night. And I think at that point, we'll say, well, does anyone else have anything else they wish to do, or shall we call end scene?
We will end scene because now we need to debrief after the heist. Because now there is a second thing we need to do.
Another heist.
Darn.
Yes.
I was gonna send those bodies out into the city, but never mind. It's okay.
Oh, if you want to do that, do it.
No. I don't need to do that. I was like, well, because if the guards come to the bodies, I was gonna just have the bodies like reanimate and then like send them out into the city. So yeah, it's okay.
Still might be fun.
I guess can I real fast? I know Ghost Mind isn't necessarily. It's take 1 plus 1d when you gather information about supernatural. Can I stick my head into the truck or the train car? Like, does the cold feeling come out of the car when he came out? Because I said I went to the door of the train car.
As I'll have you roll me in a tune here. Let's see whether you pick up on what.
Because I was just curious if I can maybe like ask whatever's in there to like come with me. So yeah. Oh, I rolled like poop. Yep, that's a 3.
You definitely, it's hard to pick. There's a lot of ghostly activity around this area, mostly of which you've summoned here yourself.
Whoops.
And you pick up that there's definitely something here, but you can hear this faint ringing of a bell off in the distance, this unheard bell, which is the call to summon spirit wardens to a scene of a death. And you can see movement off in the shadows, and you know that they are drawing very close now.
Well, I'm gonna get out of there then. I'm just gonna walk off into the nearest crowd and just start walking back towards the night market.
Okay. So, you all slink back off into the night, just before the spirit wardens and the bluecoats arrive at the scene. And we pick up back at the Obsidian Syndicates lair down underneath the tea shop.
And Chris is just sitting there waiting.
And I'll just dump the 2 very big bags of silver on the table, along with the book.
You completely raided his stash.
Yes, you can mark down an additional 4 coin on your group's
Nice!
group's money here.
Nice. Hang on, I'm gonna find that
Yeah.
coin. An additional 4 coin. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You've cleaned out the Wraith's war chest here. Like their funds, their operational
Oops.
things.
There we go. We are up to 5 coin, guys.
Nice.
And but I am also going to ask you to mark off 2 heat.
Okay.
Because attention has been drawn to the area with gunshots and spirit activity. And yeah, there's more eyes around than there were before.
We need to lay low. But we cannot sit on our laurels for long. A certain lord has purchased the eye from Hicks in 6 towers.
There's something that was going on in that carriage. It was might have been slightly haunted. And whatever was in there,
everywhere is haunted.
Yeah. But this had a particular interest in that eye. It really didn't want him to have that item, anyone except him. And it was quite insistent on it. So
we're going to have to steal the eye from him. And Hicks did warn me not to cross this individual, because I mentioned that I would try to facilitate a renegotiation to purchase it from him for my buyer. That doesn't exist. So I did come up with an agreement with Hicks. That way he revealed the name to me and where he was located. But we are going to have to think this through and lay low while we're thinking it through, because I saw blue coats as I was coming back.
Yes, that was probably partially my fault. So I apologize about that. But well done, Wireless. That was excellent shooting.
Told you, they're raced down like the damn dogs they are.
Aw.
And your wine worked beautifully, Lynthia.
Yay. I'm so glad to hear that.
He was so paranoid by the time he left the tavern.
I will have to treat any of his visitors if they come back to me. So
give them my thanks as well.
Oh, of course I will. So the voices are demanding who has the eye.
I tell them the name. I'm sorry, the player has forgotten it, but
it is Lord Skurlock.
Lord Skurlock.
At the mention of that name, Lynthia is going to go rigid and just like stop fidgeting and just kind of like.
Do you know this lord? I believe I've seen him in passing at various parties, but.
Yes, he sells the mist dust. It's
well, I'm going to ask for a roll here. If anyone does wish to know what they know of Lord Skurlock, because he.
What's the roll that we're rolling?
I'd say, depending on your approach, for you, it'd be your consort.
Okay.
I'd probably accept other offers, but consort is probably the best one here.
That is a 5.
Okay. So Lord Skurlock is a known collector of arcane artifacts. Mm-hmm. He is a known and, well, last you heard he was dead. It's noble. But there's a lot of rumours always about Lord Skurlock, including that he is definitely dead and has returned from the dead. And that he has a lair outside the city, but he's also known to have a manor in 6 Towers. To be involved in cult activity, and he likes to collect very strange things.
What I know about him from my own circles is he is very much into the occult. Supposedly he is dead and arisen. He has a lair outside the city, but he also maintains his manor in 6 Towers. And he is an avid collector of occult artifacts.
Avid collector.
Indeed. So basically his havens, as they were, would be problematic due to the nature of the artifacts he has.
Well, and supposedly he's dead.
But arisen.
What did you get on the consort roll again?
That was a 5.
Okay, that's...
So dead, risen, occult items, in a manor house.
How do you kill that which is already dead?
Well, bullet or blade to the head tends to work.
We're going to need backup.
This is going to be difficult. There'll be more than just locks to get through here.
Yes. And I may be able to go in under the guise of trying to negotiate a brokerage, a trade, but I can't. I think that's even risky.
Do we know if the sale has actually happened and the
Yes.
exchange has happened?
He already has it in his possession.
I was hoping we could have got it on the journey.
Mm-mm.
He already has it. And I am worried what he intends to do with it, considering what rumors I've heard about him.
Yeah, it's called the Demon's Eye or something. It sound a particularly friendly item to have about.
Lynthia, do you have any input?
Sorry guys. It's the Skurlock helps me keep the voices back. He's yeah. He gives me something and I take it sometimes and I don't hear the voices, and so it's nice. He knows me, unfortunately, so
Have you been hearing your voices recently?
I always hear the voices. There's so many dead in this city.
Do you need more of this substance he gives you?
Oh.
You see where I'm going with this.
Yes. We could. Yes.
Now, question is, are you able to source that from anyone else?
Not that I know of. As far as I know, it all comes from Skurlock. So
we need to find the recipe while we're there. That way you can make your own.
Well, that's nice, but I know the voices, they're not too happy when I don't listen to them. So I've been cutting back. So yeah.
Okay.
But you're so sweet to think of me. So
we must take care of each other.
Of course.
If we're going to survive and be successful. Okay. That could be a way in. You need more of this stuff. And I have a client that is interested in some artifacts. Do you think he would be interested in negotiating sale of any of his artifacts? You know him.
All my interactions have been purely business. He seems very he likes to show his collection to people, but he's also very possessive of it. So
he's a hoarder.
I suppose he's like one of those winged mythical creatures.
The dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
So, is the intention here to try and steal this gem from Lord Skurlock, or to kill Lord Skurlock? What I've heard a couple of.
We've been flirting with some ideas.
Yeah. What is your goal here?
I'm gonna let someone else take point on this. What do y'all think we should do?
Sounds like theft should be our main. We can get the gem, the books, the recipe, or the drugs, depending.
All of the above.
Okay. Is there any sort of information gathering, scouting out, or preparation you wish to do beforehand?
I'm just going to say really quick, I'm assuming he probably has this place warded to the High Guild, so there's probably not a whole lot I can do. So, in that regard.
No, but you've been in it, so you can tell us what you've seen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true.
And if there's anyone who works there or how many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it may be that you've come across his assistants or, his staff or whatever in the manor.
I don't remember. There was a doorman.
You can make me I'd say possibly a consort, a study, or a survey role here if you've got any.
I can do a consort, that's it. So I could do survey.
You can do any of them, it's Some are better than others.
Since I have 1 dot in it, do I just roll? I roll the 1 die, right?
Yeah, just 1 die.
Okay.
So like with you.
I rolled a 1.
So unfortunately, you were never invited beyond like the front foyer of Lord Skurlock's manor. You know, some people get to go into the inner reaches and survey his collection. You know, he always has at least 1 guard on the door itself. Lord Skurlock himself is not always at home. He's often out, but yeah, you never penetrated the inner reaches of the house.
Okay. He doesn't. I maybe because I'm one of his illicit clients. He doesn't let me see the place, but he has a guard at the door. He hasn't always been the one to give me the stuff, but yeah. So I don't know if he's there or not there when that happens, but
Okay. I can still work with this. Because of the nature of what I do, I have contacts and I can see if I can find any word on, because you said he likes to show off his collection. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen. I feel like I've maybe heard a party or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, like I said, he doesn't let me pass the front door. So
if he recently acquired this significant artifact, he will probably wish to show it off. And in that, I'm sure I can get word of any events he plans to hold. Having the distraction of a party may be our opportunity. And I'm certain I can work out getting us an invite. Or at least me as the front.
Okay, so you're playing sort of ask around and try and get an invite.
Mm-hmm.
And try and find out if there are any parties.
Right.
If
there are, and get a way in. Basically, just use his showmanship against him.
Oh, definitely. So I'm going to ask for a roll from you, and this is going to be yet another consort roll. I feel like this is the...
I'm going to push myself to really get a good intel on this.
Okay, and then just note down what your number is. We'll come back to you in a sec, because whilst Chris is asking around about social events and trying to get a way in, does anyone else have any other bits of preparation or anything they would like to do?
Yeah, I would like to try and find out any like servants or butlers like that level who have been fired or kicked out of his house. I want to try and get info out of them.
Okay. So this would be another consort. Do you have any contacts who might be able to help you out with this?
Consort. I do have another bounty hunter.
Yes, this
Actually,
is
that's
someone
it. Yeah, Castor the bounty hunter had a bounty on one of the servants.
Yeah, you're on good terms with Castor. Yeah, so I'd say you can have a bonus die to this as a consort, because you've got a friend who can help you out with this, and so I don't know how many dots you have in consort to start with.
I have none, so this gives me
so you've got 1
a die.
Yeah, this just gives you a die.
Ooh, 4.
That is a success. So yeah, Castor is like, yeah, I know a guy. Arden. Oh no, Arden's the other guy who sneaks around. Orlan, that was the man. Used to work for Lord Skurlock. Helped him in all sorts of dodgy business, but got let go. You usually find him, drinking down in Crowsfoot. I know. I can show you to the place.
Oh, you had me at Arden there for a minute. Oh,
right. So many people with similar names around here. I just mix them up sometimes.
Orlan
with an O. It would really confuse me if it began with an A.
Yeah, I want to have a chat with this Orlan.
So you make your way down to this skeevy-looking bar in Crowsfoot. It's built on the edge of one of the canals. There you find this gruff-looking fellow with a scraggly beard on his 5th drink.
And is that that's Orlin that's pointed out?
Castor will kind of point him out and go,
Okay.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Thank you, Castor. I owe you one. So
I'll add it to the pile.
yeah. All right. So I'll walk over. I just sit down. Is there anyone else at the table?
No, he looks to be drinking alone.
All right. So I just sit down at the table across from him. And I pull out the shanky blade and I lay it right in front of me. Hi, Orlin.
What do you want? Who are you?
Doesn't matter who I am.
We met? Did I
Maybe.
steal something from you? Wait, no.
Maybe.
Is it your sister?
I don't have a sister.
Phew.
You're lucky there.
Oh, I've been worried for a sec there. Anyway, what is this about?
Skurlock's Manor.
Oh, God. I don't want to go back to that place.
You don't need to go back. I need info.
Well, that guy's a creep, I'll tell you that. Like, I don't know what his deal is, but yeah.
How do we get in?
Presumably, well, I'm assuming you don't mean through the front door with the nicest shiny invitation. But,
Preferably not. And I tap on the blade.
there's a servant's entrance around the back, a side door out onto the rose garden, or there's a canal entrance down in the basement.
Are any of these locked?
Oh, yeah.
You have
It's
a
not
key?
stupid. I caught fired, mate. I don't let you keep your keys when you get fired. But yeah, I used to bring stuff in and out through the canal entrance down below with, dodgy shit. And
3 other entrances. All right, Orlin. You did good. I want to throw down a couple, silvers, to cover next couple drinks.
hey, thanks, mate. And tell your sister I'm sorry.
You know what? At that, I sit back down. I grab him by his shirt and I pull him close to me. Say that again. And I pull out.
Look, I'm sorry for. I'm sorry. I didn't know her front door was going to fall off the hinges like that. It was just. She was a.
I pull out.
It was a misunderstanding.
I pull out the shanky blade, and I'll say this might be a trigger warning for explanation of graphic violence. This is. You go near her again. You know where this blade goes?
It's just a fucking door, mate.
You see these barbs on this? This gets stuck in one hole or ripped right out.
Jesus, man.
You'll never fucking see
just...
it. All right, go. I just throw him back down,
What's
and then I
wrong with
walk
you?
out.
God, people in this city. Shakes his head. And, yeah, so whilst Chris is out schmoozing, while this is out threatening,
Chris got a
you-
6 on her roll.
Chris got a 6. We'll get back to that in a moment. Unless, well, do either of the others have anything they want to do in preparation?
Yeah. I just wanted to case out the joint, so to speak, and have a look at the different entrances that I can find around it and see if there's any less used than others.
All right, roll me a prowl, please. Here, I think.
5 and a
survey.
4.
5 and a 4. So yeah, you casing out the joint, and you sort of watch. You see, not many people come and go from this house on a day-to-day basis. Like through the front door, it doesn't get many visitors. There don't even appear to be that many servants, or at least at first. But the numbers start to increase. There seems to be an increasing air of bustle. Almost like they're gearing up for something. But you do notice a boat pull up down by this little canal door down the bottom. And 2 cloaked figures sort of climb out and disappear off inside the house.
I like the look of the boat entrance. But I'm guessing that's probably the least used entrance that I catch a glimpse of.
Probably. Unless
Just
you count the side door out just at the rose garden, which appears just to be a kind of garden door.
So does it look as if the boat was bringing in like supplies, basically?
No, it just looked like someone, well, two people coming in that way.
Is that... I'm guessing that route is probably... I'm trying to think of a way to put it. The most hidden entrance. So if anyone wants to enter the manor without being seen, that's the way they're coming in.
It's definitely the least connected with the manor itself, because all the others sort of are obvious entrances to the manor. This one is sort of a little distance away, sort of down round a corner, and probably connects through to the manor. And it's sort of only due to Wireless's like tip off from his poor, terrified ex-servant that you know you need to look for it there. But yeah, sort of slightly set away from the main house, this one.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Lynthia, did you have any bits of scouting, consorting, contacts to get in touch with or anything?
I probably want to get in contact with my friend Quillian. They are a witch, according to my sheet.
Yeah, she's a... Yeah, she's a witch.
Okay. Yeah. I want to see if I can get some okay, I'm just gonna say this. I was hoping to make these, but I don't think I can because I don't have like the making ability. So I was gonna have to see if she has them, but I was going to see if I could get some sort of like the Demon's Bane trinket thing, but instead be something that is not necessarily against ghosts, but helps protect against some sort of, if they have some sort of kind of like compulsion ability or something.
So that would fall under sort of the Ghost Bane charm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Depending on sort of, which will help you resist most ghostly things, like depending on the level of the shit you've stumbled into, a Ghost Bane charm.
Well, shucks. I guess I don't really have. I don't have anything then. I'm not helping on the planning very well.
Yes, all right. You got the ghost stuff covered.
Yeah.
And excellent distractions.
Yes.
But yes, Chris, you have found out that there is a party. Lord Skurlock has something big and exciting he wants to show off to everyone, something he wants to demonstrate, and the word has gone out amongst his circle, which is the circle of the more dubious of the lords. These are people who dabble in cults, who definitely have at least one foot in the criminal underworld, and they're having a get-together, and it's going to be very fancy.
Fantastic.
And you have been able to
secure an invitation.
An invitation. And as it was a 6, I'll say you can secure an invitation for yourself +1.
Fantastic.
Under whatever name you wish to have gone by in this transaction.
Perfect.
So, with invitation in hand, with entrances scouted, you convene underneath the tea shop. And
can we go to break now?
This would be a good point to go to break.
All right.
That would be a very good point. All right. So, having successfully carried out one heist against their rivals, the Wraiths, who are now supremely annoyed in the night market, the Obsidian Syndicate have taken on a job from a vengeful ghost who told them to stop Lord Skurlock doing something, and they decided this is enough impetus to decide to rob Lord Skurlock. And they've done a bit of scouting, they've gained some information, and now Chris has an invitation to a party at Lord Skurlock's house. And our 4 criminals reconvene down in the basement underneath the tea shop to decide what is their approach they're taking here to try and crack the manor.
She holds up the invitation and say, "So who can dress nicely and be my +1?"
Probably not me.
How about a bodyguard?
That would work.
That would work.
That would definitely work.
Like, yeah, Wireless like looks down like, well, yeah, I don't cut nice, but someone that looks the bodyguard I can pull off.
Okay, we'll get you outfitted to look appropriate for this type of party as a bodyguard.
Places to hide a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, we will make arrangements for sure. Good. So I have us a way in for those of us going in the front door. You scouted, Arden. Did you find any other accesses?
There's something along the lines of a canal entrance. It's not used that much, but it could always be a way out. We could have a boat ready if we need to make a getaway instead of going out through the front gates.
That is a good idea. A very good idea. I imagine it comes in the lower levels of the manor.
Some distance away, but it does connect.
Something to keep in mind if we have to make a discreet exit.
There are a couple other exits. On the side to his garden, there's an exit. And on the back, the servants' quarters. And I heard about this canal also, so there are multiple.
So we may be able to cause distraction, misdirection, utilizing multiple exits while the person with the eye leaves via canal.
Okay, so it sounds like Chris and Wireless are going in the front door.
With our invitation.
With the invitation. And Lynthia and Arden, what's your approach here?
I think I can make a distraction again. I will go seeking my medicine, and I will load up on whisper wine before I go, and I will once they let me in to make the purchase, I'll get sick and throw up the whisper wine all over the place, and maybe I don't know. Maybe you got a hunted foyer then. So I got.
Okay. Bear in mind, you do know that this is the night that he is hosting a party at his house.
I know, but they're talking about distractions for exits.
Okay.
So I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Voices aren't being helpful right now.
You don't need to plan in detail here. This is just mainly like, are you attempting to sneak in, break in, or like?
Since my face is known, it's probably not great for me to be in the building. So
you could be in the garden.
True. I will take my lead from someone else who can plan better for me because the voices don't help. So
I was thinking, Lynthia, you could be in the garden that way, because if I get pegged as part of the robbery, I will leave by the garden door. And then when I come through the door, you create your distraction so we can get away.
I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on distraction duty, and Arden, what's your...
I think plan might be to try the canal entrance just to unlock it, clear a little bit of the doors on the way through. It's a possible exit.
Okay.
Is there some way that I can tag where it's located for you so you can grab it and run?
I don't know. Is there a way we can tag items?
In terms of like, what are you thinking here? In terms of like,
I'm thinking like
trying to find some kind of arcane device that will do
a
this.
device that may, alert him to where it is. I don't know.
I'd say, you live in the night market, which is, if anywhere, the place you can buy the weirdest things.
Right.
I'll say that you have managed to purchase from one of the dubious sort of night market traders.
An earring.
This earring that supposedly like sort of sends out a signal. One-time use only.
One time. Yep. If I happen to remove it in a way and like it's fallen out of my ear, when I touch it, it activates.
Yeah, it just activates this beacon at that point, and that's
okay.
Yeah, I'll say definitely given your newfound wealth and your proximity to the night market.
Will we lose a wealth for that?
Yes,
Okay.
you will. This has been an expensive and valuable item. But so Arden's sneaking in. You two going through the front door, and Lynthia is lurking around to sort of run interference. So I would like one of you to roll me the engagement roll here for this particular score. Now, would you call this a bold plan?
It's certainly a
I think
combined
it's
plan.
I think it's a bold plan.
Would you call it a complex plan?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
what are other words for the plans?
The other things here is, does it work on an exposed vulnerability, which I would say
yes.
Yes, the
Probably,
party
yeah.
is an exposed vulnerability. You're playing on his openness to show off.
Yes. On his hubris.
And the other ones are to do with whether essentially you've got an ally who's helping you out here, or a rival faction that is countering you. Which, as yet, I don't think either of those come into play. The Wraiths are not aware enough of what you're doing here to try and interfere. And you haven't really got any friendly factions you've reached out to sort of seek help here. So this will give you 2d6 again.
Okay.
Sorry, my pen. Stop dropping things on the floor.
That is 2 5s.
Okay, so you're starting in a better position than you did last time. So this is, not as good as it could be, but definitely
a solid plan.
Pretty much as expected.
Yeah.
So, we will start off with Chris and Wireless as you sort of walk in through the front door. You wave through, invitation taken, no problem at all, and you are into the party. You can see various nobles and like demi-nobles and rich like night market denizens here as well, sort of milling around in this crowd. Possibly a few faces you might have seen around, either purchasing things or from other previous illicit activities. But as you move through into the crowd, you can also see Lord Skurlock himself up the other end of the hall, deep in conversation with this young noblewoman.
Do I recognize the young noblewoman?
You do. Her name is Rosalind.
Rosalind? Okay. What do I know
Rosalind
about her?
Kellis. Arden, what would they know about Rosalind Kellis? What would you have perhaps said about her? Because she's definitely come up in relation to one of your friends.
She is actually not on good terms with me, I believe.
Hmm.
Trying to think of.
Did you steal from her?
No, but she thinks I did.
Oh, shit. That's okay. Don't let her see you.
Yes, used to be friends with her when I first returned to the city, and we fell out over, my new shady friends, shall we say. I became less honest, and she was under the impression after a robbery at her family's home that I may have been involved. But I wasn't, but...
She didn't believe you.
No.
Yeah, so you've possibly
Would you
seen
believe
her around the night market asking after Arden Keel with definite irritation in her voice, like she's not pleased with him.
Okay.
And yeah, so you see she's chatting away to Lord Skurlock at the other end of the hall.
Okay. I am basically, I would have already prearranged with Wylis to kind of hang back just a little bit to observe. Obviously my guard keeping an eye on me, but also scoping out everything else for any potential threats kind of thing. And I'm going to be basically mingling amongst the nobility. Consorting.
Yeah, mingling, blending in. Which you could do pretty easily, especially because you've got an invitation and this is a pretty solid start. So as the two of you mingle and blend in, we move to our two slightly sneakier people as Lynthia creeps towards the rose garden and Arden down towards the canal door. And I think I'm going to ask for both of you to give me a prowl here as you sort of slip closer to your goal.
Oh, since I have no dots in prowl, do I just roll?
Roll twice and take the lower one.
Okay. That's what I thought. Just making sure. It's a 1.
Okay.
I got a 6 and a 1.
Okay, so you take the 6. And yes, that is a critical success. So as you slip down towards this canal entrance, and I'm going to say with this is sort of the increased effect here that as you slip down, slip closer. The guard doesn't seem to be there at the moment, and you can hear just sort of around the corner the sound of like a stream of water hitting the canal, like a very fine stream. It seems like he's been temporarily called away by business, and the door down from this canal entrance is unguarded, and no one seems to have spotted you sleeping up to it.
And I shall just make my way to that door whilst the guard's away.
Okay. So yeah, the door's not locked, you can sort of slip inside.
Okay, I'll do just that and see.
And ahead of you see this dark tunnel that joins this canal entrance down to the basements of Lord Skurlock's manor.
How dark is it?
Completely dark.
So my dark sight goggles would help me out here, I'm guessing?
Oh, yes, they would, yes. Like, you sort of creep forwards down through this tunnel.
Yep.
But whilst you're having all the luck, meanwhile, Lynthia, as you slip up to your sort of arranged sort of waiting spot in the garden, you see that there are 2 guards standing sort of right where sort of between you and the house. And you know that if you move any closer or if you try and like slip into position into the garden, that they're going to spot you. So your options here are to try and like turn around and sort of attempt an alternative approach, or to take the very risky, one would almost say desperate action of trying to slip past these two guards sort of bush to bush.
The devils on my shoulder are saying I should try and sneak in, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
The voices know best.
The devil's bargain.
Yeah, you can take a devil's bargain. Remember that you can push. So take 2 stress to sort of give yourself an extra die on this. You can also take a devil's bargain here, which I would say in this case would be probably starting a clock on a factor you don't know about yet, but drawing this additional element of interest in your position here, potentially, but slip past these guards. But perhaps in the future, this would have negative consequences. So that would give you a bonus die for the cost of trouble in the future.
You know what? That sounds like something Lynthia would do. So yes, we're gonna go with that one. Well, why not? The devil's bargain it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll find out. Well, depending on what actions happen next, we'll find out whether you will face those consequences or manage to avoid them. But yeah, so you get 1 die here. This is a desperate. Well, I'd say this is risky, not desperate yet, but a risky situation. You've got 1 die.
So I just need to roll 1d6.
1d6.
Rolled a 2.
Okay, so as you're attempting to slip from bush to bush, you hear the crunch of footsteps on gravel, and you watch as these 2 guards turn around, and they're looking right at you. This not the place where you get the stuff? Oh, so you're trying to like trick and lie your way out here. They look at you with confusion for a moment. I'm going to say this would be probably a sway, but I'm going to give you a bonus die because you're pulling on some like existing knowledge of Lord Skurlock here. So this is
okay. Okay, so I have no dots in sway. So am I rolling 3 and taking the lowest, or
just roll 1 because your bonus die
okay.
gives you
a die.
In this.
Oh, okay. I just
remember.
Rolled a 5.
Woo!
Okay, so that is a success, and that one was a desperate roll there, and this one, he goes, not open for business tonight. Get out. The master's got events on. Come on, scram.
Okay. And so Lynthia will kind of skulk away.
He sort of opens the back door of the garden, like shoo.
I'm just gonna kind of
get out before any of them see you. You can see the lights up from like the ballroom and this music drifting out, and this guy just kind of goes. Get out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you? Just gonna wander out the gate.
Don't come back. Or at least not tonight.
Oh, okay. I'll come back.
The guard sort of returns to his post. But Yeah. So, inside the party is going on. Below the ground, Arden is creeping down through this dark tunnel. And do you two upstairs at the party, are you waiting for anything particular to occur, or are you trying to initiate something yourself up here?
I'm kind of trying, like Chris said, I'm standing a little further back, and I'm partly watching to make sure no one's attacking her, but I'm also trying to like look around and see where's passageways that are maybe guarded or ones that aren't used that look important. The whole time I'm also trying to just give off this like aura of like, just don't come talk to me.
Okay, I'm going to say roll me a survey as you're looking around.
I'm going to push this roll because I want this to succeed.
All right.
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
That stress there.
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay, so yes, you're looking around. You do spot an entrance with a couple of liveried guards standing outside it. Looks to be more guarded than perhaps any of the other doors leading off this room. And as you sort of spot that, you do notice one of the guards sort of clock you and like they see you looking.
I just give a nod back.
But
and I walk a little closer to not right next to her, but closer to Chris.
Okay. So, Chris, are you seeking to initiate anything here, or are you waiting for an opportunity?
I am kind of waiting for an opportunity, like him stating he wants to show it off.
Okay.
You know, for people to come look kind of thing. So I'm just making, small talk conversation with various people in the room, waiting for this to happen.
Yeah, and you see him sort of talking away, and you see his sort of perhaps sort of takes Rosalind by the arm and says, Come on, I'll show you it. And you see as Lord Skurlock is sort of leading Rosalind over towards this guarded door.
Oh, Rosalind, I didn't even see you there.
Sorry, do I know you?
Oh, I am sorry. We have a mutual acquaintance. Lady Morlove.
Oh, a pleasure. Rosalind Kellis.
A pleasure to meet you. I've heard such wonderful things about you. We must get together sometime. I'm sure we have some interesting business arrangements we can make.
Oh, I'm sure. And I think for this whole I'm going to ask for either a sway or a consort here.
I'm going to do a sway.
Look, Skurlock's like, Rosalind, you haven't introduced you to your friend here.
Is a 6.
What is your name?
Lady Morlove. Lady Morlove.
Lady Morlove. A pleasure to meet such a beautiful woman here tonight.
Thank you. I love the party. I mean, it is absolutely wonderful.
Just hanger-oners and the sort.
Of course. But I've noticed that the decor. I mean, you have some very beautiful items.
This is just the real collection is upstairs. I was going to show Russell. You have an interest in artifacts and the
absolutely
more eclectic things yourself.
Absolutely,
I'll give you a tour.
My tastes are very eclectic. I would love to see it.
Rosalind looks slightly annoyed by this, but he sort of says,
I've just shown her up. Yeah.
come along.
And I go ahead and I take his arm and I say, now my man will be following. Understand, a girl has to keep her protection.
Of course. Okay. Always, yeah. I would not say to a chaperone, of course. There's a respectable lady like yourself.
Of course.
And so, come along, Rosalind. And you sort of, this way, and he sort of leads you up the stairs, and up this finely decorated corridor, and he's leading you past paintings and weird twisted lumps of metal and stone that have clearly been dug out from somewhere out in the ghost fields. He's sort of pointing to them each as you go and explaining like the significance of them. That's the heart of a Leviathan hunted out in the void sea. This was a haunted music box found in a house over in Six Towers. Do you know anyone who heard the tune completely insane? But,
that is fascinating. That is fascinating. You know,
yes.
My family actually came into their own through Leviathan hunting trade.
As so many in this city, it has brought great wealth.
Absolutely.
Now, be careful! Don't touch that one. That one's a little unstable. It's
and I look at it,
and you can see it's this like jagged lump of like rock. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'm getting some experts in the university to look it over, but it does have a tendency to scream very loudly if you touch it, and it's really unpleasant.
Is that the eye?
It is not the eye. No.
Okay.
Yes, but this is the newest prize of my collection.
Oh.
And he sort of opens this book. He shows you this piece of like amber stone. Looks about the size of an eyeball with this like this glittering glow inside it. He goes, This is just the finest piece of the collection so far.
And she sticks her hand to the side of her face and she leans in closer and she's like, that is beautiful.
Indeed. They call it, I can't remember if it was a demon's eye or a devil's eye now. I really should have written that down.
What is it supposed to do?
It is supposed to be the eye of a demon. It's a demon's eye. It's supposedly the eye of a sea demon, one of a nest found buried out in the harbour. Supposedly, it can be used to call to them. I have a friend of mine who she believes that it could be used to reach out and make contact with the petrified sea demons. It could be, really quite an interesting experiment, don't you think?
Oh, that is fascinating. And as she leans back and touches his hand, she drops her other hand to her side and just happens to just drop her earring to the floor very quietly.
Okay, as this earring drops, Arden, you suddenly get this sense of this direction calling to you from up above through the maze of this house as you slip through this darkened tunnel down to the lower entrance at the bottom of the house.
Yes, I shall try to sneak my way in that direction and, be as sneaky as I can and I'll listen at any doors to make sure there's nothing going on the other side before sneaking through and just try to avoid anything that looks, say, readily used. I'm trying to think of some slow on traffic.
Yeah, so you're trying to sort of find like the sneaky back ways.
Yes, instead of a straight direct route.
I'm going to ask. I'll say this probably would still fall under either survey or prowl, but I have a feeling I know which one you'd like this to be.
Yes, I'm sticking with prowl.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Currently, because they're quite a new crew, they're very they've only got a few dots and things. I think given a few more levels of play, and you've got sort of more
fleshed out
different options to pick between, and lots of different skills.
Got a 6 and a 1.
Oh, critical. Well, not critical. Critical is multiple sixes. I keep saying that wrong. 1 6 is just a solid success.
I'm just glad the ones don't take away the successes.
No. As long as you've got the success, that one doesn't matter at all. So yeah, as you slip up through this house, sort of avoiding servants, sort of, keeping to the shadows and the back staircases, You make your way up and up closer to this signal. As Wylan and Chris, Lord Skurlock is sort of leading you on down through his collection, sort of away from the eye.
Perfect.
And sort of...
And I'm basically chatting with him, and I'm basically utilizing my background as a noble and the connections I had in Akoros to basically sound like I could possibly work out deals to transport goods back and forth, that we can make trades and things like that.
Yeah. And you get the idea he is very interested in buying rather than selling. He is a collector.
Interesting.
He is not interested in parting with anything of his collection.
Interesting. Well, definitely I can, utilize some of my contacts, because we do find such fascinating things in growers that I'm sure something would be intriguing to you.
Most definitely. We should definitely talk. I and my friends, we love to collect the unusual and that with potential.
I understand. We all do enjoy power, however we like to gain it.
Exactly. And, yes, gone to great lengths to get to where I am today.
I'm certain. Do I notice anything off about him?
Okay. I'd say definitely yes. I'm going to say give me a survey to suggest how much.
That's going to roll 2 and take the lower.
Yes.
That's a 3.
There's definitely something very off. It's hard to put a pin down. Maybe it's the way he moves.
It's like jerky.
Maybe it's the slight uncanny pallor of his flesh, but there's something definitely not quite right about this man.
I am certain for what you have amassed, you have had to make great sacrifices. We all must, to some degree.
Now, I'm afraid I must return down to see how my guests are doing. They get awfully tetchy if I don't keep an eye on them.
I heard you had beautiful gardens. Could I possibly enjoy my wine out there?
It's a little cold and dark, but it's not always.
It's a little bit of fresh air.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome to, yeah. And if after the guests have gone home after the party, perhaps you and I could slip away from your bodyguard for a little while and enjoy a drink in private.
Perhaps.
Well,
it was a pleasure.
Yes. And he sort of mills back into the rest of the party. And
I take...
As does Rosalind. She shoots you a scowl as she sort of drifts back into the rest of the party.
And I just give her a wink and walk towards the servers that have the wine and head towards the garden.
Okay. So as you head out to the garden, we'll get back to you and possibly Lynthia, because I feel you two might be crossing paths in a moment. But first, we just do Wylan, are you also following Chris out to the gardens?
Yes, but as I go, I want to try and make like a mental note of where everything we just saw is. So if need be, I can like get in there, get it, and get out. Possible I want to use like the hunt and just like kind of do it, like not look like I'm doing it, but I'm looking at each item and cataloging. Okay, this is there. Weird lump of thing, something there. That demon eye there. Like,
I'm not going to ask for a roll for this because you can pretty much sort of remember the general arrangement. If and when like if something comes up where you need to know like it is precisely 100 feet up and 3 feet to the left, we would make a roll then. But for now, yeah, you've got the general layout of the gallery upstairs.
Okay, then yes, I will. I'll follow Chris out.
All right, so yeah, Arden, you've slipped up through this house, and now ahead of you, you see this gallery. There's paintings, strange artifacts on plinths, boxes, and
the earring is right beside the demon eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was instructed to take the earring with him.
Yes, I was going to say, I'd do it anyway. rather than leave any evidence of this being here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll head straight to, well, I'll check first, have a look around, make sure there's no one else here, and I'll just slowly work my way over to where I can sense the earring and see what there is.
Okay, so as you slip over towards the earring, you can see it's sort of fallen at the base. So there is this quite solid-looking box which seems to be attached to the plinth below it, and
is that where the
it looks
earring
like it would
is?
probably be locked, and the earring is just sort of lying right beside the base of this
Yeah, it's on the floor.
box. Seems to indicate that this is the target.
Well, first thing first, I'll pick up the earring and put that in my pocket so I don't forget it. And I'll start on the lock.
Okay, so I'm going to ask for another. We've been going with finesse, so we'll stick with finesse.
And I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay, luckily that is a 5, so only a minor consequence.
Oh.
Minor. It's nothing to really worry about that much.
You
It's only
just
when
made
you
a
get
note.
just ticked off. I've got a couple of clocks going here, which essentially sort of counting and filling up segments of progress of various things behind the scenes.
No problem.
So yeah, it takes you a little time to sort of open this box, and on the inside you can see this amber-coloured gemstone nestled in this velvet interior.
Okay. Well, I've no idea what will happen if I touch that, so I'm going to make sure I've got my gloves on, just as a precaution, because God knows what goes on in a city. And I'll pick it up at plan to pick up the gemstone and put it in a pouch.
Okay, so as you took the gemstone away, even through your gloves, you feel this definite
Something.
and as you're wearing gloves, it's definitely, a lot more mass than if you touch this with bare skin, but you feel this presence sort of reach out to you, this calling, and do you have, I think this came up before, no, you did not have any points in resolve, do you, in any of the attune, command, consort, or sway?
Nope, nothing in any of those.
Okay. So you feel this sort of reaching out to you, and again, as you're wearing gloves and as you were protected, I'd say this would be only a lesser harm for this. Okay. Depending on whether you choose to try and resist it or not. You do not have to. You can just accept this kind of cold leeching pull of this thing.
Yeah, I'll just accept that.
Yeah, so you can just feel this ticking away at the back of your mind, but
it'll be in a pouch. I'll have at my waist rather than in a pocket, so it's hopefully not against my skin.
Yeah, so I say that is just for now one lesser harm, and I'll say we'll call this distracted again by this thing, but yeah,
after I've taken it, could I close the chest, and is there a way I can sort of relock it?
Yes, you can. You can fiddle around and take that extra time to relock it. So
that'd be easy enough to do, because I've already picked it once.
Yeah, it's easier the second time round. So yeah, you relock this box and prepare to make your exit. But meanwhile, down in the rose garden, Chris and Wylan, you step outside. Lynthia, you're still sort of somewhere on the other side of the wall of the estate here. So are you trying to make another attempt inwards, or are you just scanning the perimeter?
I am going to steal my resolve by chugging the bottle of whisper wine I have on me. And before making my way back towards where the guards were. So
okay, you chug down this whisper wine, and the whispers in your head get sort of intensified as you're deliberately bringing upon yourself like the attention of ghosts until you step across the threshold onto Lord Skurlock's property. And the ghostly whispers disappear. So any additional... So it's still perhaps some the background whispering in your mind, but the ghostly whispers caused by the ghost wine are gone.
Okay. Lynthia is going to continue onwards towards the garden again.
Hey, look. I said 20 minutes ago. No.
Was that 20 minutes? You said to come back tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow. It's sorry, Mom.
No.
We're just dealing with an intruder down here. If you could,
you told me to come back, so I came back.
Look, Miss. If you could just.
Should I alert the Lord?
We've got it all under control. Don't worry. She's just leaving.
Yeah.
Miss, could you please
call the Lord? He has my medicine, and he knows me.
Oh, fascinating!
You told me to come back, and I came back.
This is just a dreadful confusion. Look, Miss, please.
I am clear-headed as a spring day. I am not confused.
Well, I'm sure that perhaps after the party is over, that the Lord may be able to give you your medicine. But right now there is a party going on, and he cannot see to you.
That's what I said.
That's not very nice.
Is there somewhere I can take you?
I don't know. I thought it was tomorrow. So
no,
apparently
not yet.
It's okay. Lynthia is going to turn green a little bit and just kind of I don't feel so great right now.
How many other people are in this garden?
It's
just the two of us and the two guards.
It's just the three of you and two confused-looking guards. Well, one confused-looking guard and one just kind of exasperated-looking guard.
I put my hand on the exasperated guard and said, "Could you get her some water? She looks green."
Just right.
Once we get her settled, I'll try to get her out of here.
Look, I'll get her water, but I don't want Lord Skurlock finding out that I'm letting random people into his garden. We need to get a new lock for that gate.
I am not a random
and he
person. Like
hurries off to get some water. And as all this is going down outside, Arden, what's the plan of escape?
Okay, I shall be pretty much sticking to the safe route I've already used, but I'll keep an eye out for anything that looks quite valuable but easy enough for me to take on the way out, but I'll avoid anything that looks like it could be arcane because, again...
Okay, you're looking for value. I mean, everything in here is arcane of some nature or another.
Even just expensive pens, anything gold or silver, anything that can be just pocketed.
Okay.
Shiny stuff we can hawk.
Ooh.
Yes,
make me a survey here or a study, I guess.
I have none of those. So I roll 2 and pick the lowest.
Yes.
The lowest is a 3.
So what really catches your eye is this particularly sparkly, like bit of gemstone metal stuff that seems to have be like a bit of melted jewel that's sort of all down, but lesser than that. But the dish it's rested on is a very nice shiny gold dish. You reckon the thing itself arcane and weird? This gold dish probably definitely worth something. You could easily hawk that, no problem.
would I know whether... I'm trying to think. Do I know whether things can be, like, warded, like alarms?
In some cases, yes. Although it's rare. Some people even use ghosts as part of their defences.
Yeah. I wouldn't know enough about ghosts to know how to deal with that. I'm just going to do a runner. I'll just stay.
Okay. Yeah, so you hurry on
Yes.
back out the house, and I'm going to ask for some roll here, depending on whether you're essentially finessing it out to dash out or prowl out to sneak out, for how smooth you can make this exit.
I shall prowl out, but both are equal anyway, so prowl and finesse for me.
Slip. And are you planning to try and get back out the way you came in?
I did, and I remember there's a guard just outside. I got a 6 and a 5.
All right, so you remember there's a guard outside, but with a 6, you managed to avoid him and slip back out into the night, even with this constant prickling at the back of your neck from this stone. Meanwhile, the garden shenanigans. As one of the guards has walked off to go and try and find some water, the other guard, you just see... Maybe I should have left when Orlan left.
We're going to get you some water, and then I will take you somewhere to get medical attention.
That is so nice of you.
I'm visiting, but we really don't want to disturb the Lord. So let's get you some help.
Oh, thank you. Is this garden have like fancy trees in it or shrubberies?
Yeah,
or anything?
It's got some fancy trees, some nice, some of these pallid-looking rose blossoms, some statuary, and even a nice fountain in the center.
Nice. Linthia is gonna kind of like stumble towards the fountain a little bit, like she's swaying, she's looking, she's just like, I'm gonna put my hands on the edge of the fountain, and I'm just gonna retch like crazy into it, just back arch into the fountain.
And the guard, you see, just kind of and looks away like.
And Chris just turns her head like she's completely disgusted. She's totally not, but she's.
And at this point, the other guard's coming back with a glass of water, and you say, "Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, give her the water to wash the taste out.
Just take the water and go, please, go."
Okay. And so I'm gonna start kind of drinking a little bit of the water, and then just kind of like spitting, like, ugh, why does this water taste like puke?
Because you puke, darling. Come, let me get you somewhere.
Okay. Thank you for being so nice to me.
Just please take her away. Take her away.
I will. Tell the Lord that Lady Morlove will be in touch. That she will have to rain check our proposed arrangement.
I will do.
Thank you.
Thank you, more love. More love? What's that?
More love.
More love.
Yes.
Okay. And he jots it down. You see him shake his head as you escort Lynthia out the back gate.
Mm-hmm. And we leave.
And you leave successfully. That was smoother than I
I'd like to
expected.
think, though, that the earring also had like the second signal was on something I could use once I was outside, which is somehow connected to the other earring to let her know that I've got out.
Yeah, sort of ping.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
He's
basically like
successfully
vibrated in my ear kind of thing
it
to know
knows I'm
that
clear.
it's out. Yeah.
But yeah, you managed to slip away like shadows in the night, smelling only slightly of vomit.
All right.
Oh, well.
Sounds successful to me then.
You have.
That was incredibly successful.
It
Oh, and I
was.
got his cup too. So I've got this glass.
we can hawk the crystal, okay?
You've got this crystal glass with Skurlock engraved on it, but it's buff out.
And we didn't kill anyone on this bit.
No.
No. So yeah, a lot less attention drawn this time round because there's not bodies dropped. But yeah, the Obsidian Syndicate slink away into the night with this strange crystal now in their possession.
And a book.
And a book. And the nefarious Lord Skurlock, as currently unaware of their identities. But you know that if or when he discovers who took his most prized possession, you will have made a powerful enemy.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be more concerned with the puddle of puke in his fountain. I think that's going to get us on the shit list more. So
that'll be the final straw. But yeah, you make your way back down to the night market to kind of congratulate yourselves on a score pretty smoothly,
seamlessly done. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah. Good job, everyone.
No major bad rolls.
Mm.
And
if he happens to look into Lady Morlov, he'll realize that the Morlov family was exiled.
He's got some red herrings to chase there for a while. Hopefully keep him busy. But yeah, as you sort of zoom out from the Obsidian Syndicate down in their basement, sort of with a new stash of silver, preparing, to take some time to indulge in their vices, to prepare their next scam, to perhaps even start thinking about expanding their crew and their territory to seize the opportunity of the weakened wraiths at the moment, and as they to expand out their control and become the dominant crew of
the night market,
and maybe even beyond, given enough time.
Mm-hmm. We did take all their silver.
Yes, you did. And in fact, the wraiths at this point, I think are most definitely not happy with you.
If I knew it was us.
He's now broke and haunted. I mean, come on.
Hicks Brogan, you've made an enemy for life there.
Yeah, sorry. Hicks is pissed.
That's how long they live for.
Chris fucked him up.
Yeah, so you've got one enemy in Hicks and perhaps another enemy in Lord Skurlock when he works out who you are or starts trying to hunt you down.
I think he's going to be the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now we shall leave the haunted city of Duskfall and maybe to return one day. This is definitely a system I would like to run more of. But
definitely.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for playing.
Great,
yeah. And thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us today on Twitch while we got to play the Shadow crew known as Obsidian Syndicate in Night Market in Duskfall. That was a lot of fun. We hope that we can definitely play this game again at some point because it was a lot of fun working with this crew. We all having a slide, a hound, a lurk, and a whisper. We've got one guy that's the heavy hitter, but mostly we're going to do a lot of like subterfuge and manipulation and that kind of stuff to really sneak in, sneak out, and get the stuff. But yeah,
it worked.
Yep. So, thank you so much for joining us. Do join us in Discord to chat with the cast of the game here. If you like the content we are providing you, consider giving us a follow here on Twitch or a subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually do a free subscription every month, and you can consider giving that to us. It basically helps offset expenses that we incurred for producing quality streams for you. And if you do donate bits or donations during our streams, they do not go to me, as I am married to the namesake of the stream, Shanky McStabber, which it was hilarious that Plague Winds down there had a blade named So So the McStabbers do not take any of the bits and donations. We actually give them to the cast of the streams. So if you would like to give them something, maybe help buy them a lunch or a coffee or something, you can donate bits to the streams when we are live. And then on top of that, if you would like to check out back content, you can do so on our YouTube channels. And since we have now gotten everyone, which Shanky needs to update the Stabby McStagbot with the new channel name for Ishbel, all 3 of our channels have 100+ subscribers on YouTube. So we are giving away a $50 gift card to 3 people. We're going to do it in the Windy City After Dark streams. We're going to do it in the Haunted Chronicles streams and the Ishbel stream. So all 3 of our major recurring streams are going to have a gift card giveaway. And Shanky, are we doing one tomorrow? The 20th. Okay. So on tomorrow, join us at 5 p.m. for Windy City After Dark. We'll be announcing that we are going to be doing our first giveaway on December 20th. And the gift cards will be to Drive Through RPG. So right before Christmas on December 20th, we'll be doing our first giveaway for a $50 gift card so you can get some cool RPG stuff before Christmas. You'll want to tune in. And we're doing that live on Twitch. So, all right. And then, so tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City After Dark. Coming up on Saturday next week, the 19th, Shanky is running a special Windy City After Dark adjacent one-shot with players that are either new to Vampire or relatively new to Vampire or those that are new to the V5 system. They're going to be playing some neonates doing a job or so in the city. So you'll want to tune into that. That's at 3 p.m. on Saturday. So enjoy your week. See you tomorrow for Vampire and then Saturday again for more Vampire. And if you'd like our content, check out some of our friends as well. Shanky's going to put that in the list. These people put out great content. Go give them a like, a follow, on Twitch, and let them know the McStabber sent you. Please take care of yourselves. We are in a pandemic. The pandemic not only affects our health, it can affect our mental health. Take care of yourselves. Reach out if you need to talk to someone. We take that seriously here, and none of us are mind readers. So reach out, talk, and get help, professional help if you need it, really, because we want y'all to stick around. So get what you need to take care of yourselves and stay safe. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yep.
And sit tight. We're going to raid one of our friends, Junie Von Esch.
Ooh. Never get around to doing raids for